children, welcome back to your computer class, and I hope you all are doing great. So today we are going to discuss and will continue the same chapter which we have started off in our last tutorial, that was the app development. So we discussed about what is an app or application and also the types of apps. Okay, so today in this tutorial we will do a short recap and also continue further with the lesson. Okay, so keep watching this video till the end, and if you face any problem, please give me a call or you can ping me or leave a message in the WhatsApp group too. And the other thing that I want to mention is that please try to submit your work in time, okay, because the work you receive, if you do not finish in time, I cannot proceed with the lesson. Okay, so next time please keep these things in your mind. All right, so keep watching the video. So children, as you can see that in our previous tutorial we have seen the type of apps. What is an app? App is usually a type of software and that allows you to perform specific tasks. And we have also come across some desktop or laptop apps as well as some apps which runs on mobile, and that is known as the mobile apps. Talking about the type of apps, the desktop apps, where the most popular app you can see the software, that is the Microsoft Word, and apart from this there are some inbuilt apps too. We have also learnt about the web browsers, and it is a tool where you can access the internet. The few examples are the Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Safari. We have also read about the media players such as the Windows Media Player and the iTunes, which are very popular. There are many types of games that you can play in a computer such as the Solitaire or Halo. Talking about the mobile apps, the most popular one, the Gmail one, which we use for sending and receiving emails, and Instagram to share photographs. So now we will be proceeding with the next part of the lesson. All right. Now talking about installing new applications, every computer and mobile device comes with some applications which is already built in, okay, such as the web browser, the media player. But sometimes what happens that you can purchase and install new apps, okay, and that adds more functions, whether it in your desktop or it is in your mobile device, whatever. So you can see this is the app store in your mobile device, which is known as the Play Store, and that is very popular. So this kind of store where you install any app for the first time, you get to see many user reviews, right? And these reviews sometimes help you to decide whether to download that app or that is safe for your mobile device, right? So sometimes what happens that some app developers and their marketers, they actually pose as consumers and they post very positive comments about their own products. So it is very important for the users to be careful before installing an app on their device, okay? Now moving on to the next topic, why are some apps free? Okay, so what happens that some apps are distributed for free through app stores. Okay, so this you can see is a very popular app which is known as the KineMaster app. This is an editing app. So some app developers sell advertising space within this app. Okay, so once I open this app, you will get to see that ad appears. Okay, so some apps offer their basic versions for free, such as this KineMaster as I'm using. Their developers hope you'll like the app enough to upgrade to a paid version with more features, although I haven't updated it. But these are the techniques for selling their apps. Okay, so some apps allow you to buy more features within the app itself. Okay, that means usually you are billed for these in-app purchases. That means you have to pay an amount to buy or install these apps in your device through the App Store. Okay, so this is just an example, a sample I'm showing you. And many devices have settings that allow you to block in-app purchases. Okay, probably you may have that feature available in your device or may not. Okay, so some apps are also offered for free. Okay, and this may interest you in any other company's other products which they offer, and this is a form of advertising basically. Okay, developing apps, which means the creation of applications or apps that run on mobile devices like phones and tablets. Okay, usually mobile apps are developed for a certain platform, and the most popular platforms today are the iOS and the Android. So we are going to learn some basics of an Android app development platform. Okay, and that is called the MIT App Inventor. App Inventor for Android is an open source web application, and it is originally provided by Google. So what is an open source web application? Open source software is a type of computer software in which source code is released. That means the code which is made to make a program. And it is released under a license in which the copyright holder grants users the rights to use, study, change, and distribute the software to anyone and for any purpose. By copyright holder means the person or the organization which is making this app inventor or any software or any web application. So MIT App Inventor is a visual drag and drop tool for building mobile apps on the Android platform. So here we are going to design the user interface, which means the visual appearance of an app using a web-based graphical user interface. MIT App Inventor is now maintained by the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, also known as MIT. Now we are into the App Inventor web page. Here we will learn some basics how to design an app for mobile device. Okay, now once we are into the web page, we will get to see a create button. That means it is given on the left hand side, a create apps. You click on that. We need to log into App Inventor with a Gmail or a Google username or password. So here you can see I am taking any one of these Gmail ID and click on continue. Here is the web page you can see. Now click on the I accept the terms of services. Now here you need to click continue to dismiss the splash screen. Click on the close. Once it is gone, you can see the project window, right? So look at extremely left hand side on the top of corner. You can see it's written start new project. So here I will type in the project name where the underscores are allowed but spaces are not. And once I type in the project name, that is talk to me as it is given in your book, I'll click on OK. So you are on to the designer window where you lay out the user interface of your app. That means the visual appearance, okay, how your app is going to look like. So the design window or simply designer is where you lay out the look and feel of your app and also specify what functionalities it should have. That means what are the functions an app should have. Here we choose things for the user interface, like how the user is going to operate the app. Okay, so some things like buttons, images and text boxes, and some functions like text to speech, sensors and GPS will be given here, by which we are going to work with the app. You can see in the window on the extremely left hand side, it is the palette, which means you can choose components. The center one, that is the middle one, is the viewer arrange component. Right next to is its components list in a hierarchical view. Just next to it is the properties window, that is the change component settings. Now our project needs a button. Now click and hold on the word button in the palette, where you can drag your mouse over the viewer, and also you can drop the button and a new button will appear on the viewer. You can see. So students, today we are going to end our session here only. Replay the video if you need so. We will meet you in the next class, and thank you for watching.